Hello, welcome back for another review. This time we've got the Heuer Autavia CY2110. I'm going to do this review a bit different. I'm changing my ways. I'm not going to tell you the specs or anything. I'm not going to tell you that, the height of each individual industry is 0.2 millimeters thick. I'm not going to say stuff like that. So I'm going to tell you my real world experience. I've had it for about a week, I think. First impressions, I got it out. Really nice watch. Now it's 43mm, but it doesn't feel like it's 43mm. It hides its size very well. The retro case shape is absolutely sensational. The case is mostly brushed, but you have got some chamfered edges which look really, really nice. You've probably noticed already, the crown is on the left side. Something I really like the look of, but for me, I don't find it very comfortable. I'm usually doing stuff where my wrist is going like that. I don't know why. But with the Citizen, it's not a problem. On either side, to be honest, because I put the crown there. But when the crown is on the left side, looks really nice and functions really well because you can use the chronograph really easily. But it does dig into my wrist. Now, I don't know if that's an issue for everyone else. It's probably just a me problem. But it's one of them things where it is quite annoying and can kind of hurt a little bit. Now the dial is absolutely beautiful. It's like a polar white, and then you've got little shades of blue which really lift the dial and make it just look sensational. Now on my particular model, it came with some lovely specks of dust on the dial which the seller didn't mention, which is nice of them. And eBay Authenticity Guarantee didn't pick up on it either. Yeah. But it's just one of them things. Doesn't take away from the beauty of the dial. I love how the blue extends from the sub-dial hands, the chronograph hand. Then you get little blue lines on the right sub-dial. Looks really, really nice and clean. Now, my favourite part of the watch, which I didn't think would be my favourite part of the watch, is the bracelet. Now, you can only get this bracelet on this Autavia. They've got a black dial of this, but the white dial is much nicer. This bracelet feels sensational. Now, I've been very critical of Tag Heuer bracelets before. I can't remember the model, but I'll put a picture up and a lot of people probably recognise it. The bracelet on that was absolutely hideous. It was horrible. But this feels like such high quality. It is incredible. You can tell by the noise. This is what the Casio one sounds like. That's the sound of a cheap bracelet. And that's what the Tag one sort of sounded like. But this, it's just absolutely sensational. Lovely weight to it as well. The watch itself's got quite a lot of weight, but the bracelet complements it as well. It's not too heavy where you feel like it's on your wrist. It does get lost on your wrist. I do forget it's on my wrist sometimes. Now the condition of my bracelet's really good. You've got 4 inner links, which make it look really nice and classy, I think. Now the one criticism I've got with the clasp, there's no micro adjustments, which is a bit disappointing. I wish they had this is way before the T-Fit clasp came from Tudor, because this is like a 2006 model, but I'll just wish something like that was on this clasp, because that T-Fit adjustment is just phenomenal. On the Ranger, it was just so good. The links aren't that big, but when you only need a little bit of room and you put another link on, you know, you're on the edge of it's either too big or too small, and that's annoying. The other problem with the clasp is if you like your watch tight on your wrist like I do, I don't like it moving around at all. I hate any movement. It just feels a bit weird and I don't like it. It feels like it's gonna fall off. With this clasp, where the pushes are, there's like 2 prongs that go into the other side of the clasp and then clamp in. That's how most clasps work. But these ones protrude out quite a bit. So when you go to put it on your wrist, slide it on your wrist, you basically get gouged open by these sometimes on your wrist, which is a bit annoying, hurty, but again, it's one of them things. That's a bit of a nitpick, but it's worth it for the bracelet to look so sexy. But on the wrist, it's actually nice. I think I've got a 7-inch wrist. I need to measure it again. I think it was 7-inch, something like that. But the 43mm fits quite nice in my opinion. But I'll demonstrate it with the crown. I don't know an example, to be honest. If I'm working on a lathe, say, and I'm having to angle my wrist like this, you can see it's already digging into my wrist quite a bit. And it hurts a little bit, but I'm kind of getting used to it. It's a bit annoying though. But the benefit that it does give is on the other side, I'm not getting stabbed that side. So I've only got the chronograph pushers. Partly my fault because I wear the watch so high up my wrist. I don't like it to be any further up my wrist because I find it uncomfortable. But it sits nicely here. It's just how my deformed wrist is made, probably. Overall, I'm happy with the condition of my one. Obviously, I was a bit annoyed by the dust on the dial. It's one of them things, really, but I mean, I could take it apart and get the dust off myself, but I don't trust myself yet. It's quite an expensive watch. So what we're going to do is going to put it on the Timegrapher. I'm going to do one test without the chronograph on and then one test with the chronograph on. We'll see how it's performing. So let's put it on the Timegrapher and see how it's working. So I put the lift angle at 52 degrees. It was on that before. I just had a look at the caliber 11 movement and there was nothing on it to say what the lift angle was. So I'm going to keep it at 52 and just see how it forms. 27 seconds a day, that's not good. So it's running quite well for a watch I suspect hasn't even been serviced yet. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Really nice watch. If you're into a vintage looking watch, definitely want to go for. I would say the white dial over the black dial. The black dial's a bit boring. It looks a bit dark. The white dial gives it a nice pop. Definitely have a gander, a little Autavia. Or subscribe. Video. Playlist. Thank you very much.